Hey guys, so I'm back with another high topic, high controversial subject matter, and that is I would love for somebody who believes in this to explain this logic to me. Now, the far left believes that you know in the whole if I trans or if I transition like me. They believe if I was to transition into male, then I am a male. I'm supposed to physically become a male. However, with Fauci, because all these people love and believe and follow the science, they love Lord Fauci to the point where they ran out and got vaccinated because we don't want to get COVID. So, and that's a whole nother topic, but they all ran out based on, follow the science, follow the numbers, follow the this, follow that. Well, the science is no matter how much you butcher me, I'm still going to be a female 1,000 years from now when all this fleshy flesh is gone and you dig me up and I have a pelvic bone that tells you I've given birth and I have DNA within those bones that tell you I was a straight up female. So I mean, how do you make that logic fit your narrative? How do you make that logic, that straight up hardcore scientific proof? How do you make that fit into your belief system? Because I don't I can't wrap my mind around it. And to me it just makes absolutely no sense. There's You don't just wake up one day and believe that you are the opposite gender. It just I couldn't begin to tell you what a man feels like. I could not begin to tell you um I couldn't. I mean, I can't even think of a valid example because I couldn't begin to tell you what my husband or my sons uh, go through. So it's like, how? Look, when a child is born, they don't know what they are. And then as they learn the world around them, the last thing at their very delicate age of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they should be learning about is what gender they have the option of being. I, to, that doesn't even make sense to me. I mean, can you imagine this doesn't make sense to full grown people? The science doesn't make sense. And that's the whole thing. The whole narrative, the entire way, the entire uh COVID pandemic, they said, follow the science, follow the science. The numbers are there, the numbers are there. Get 6 feet apart, get 6 feet apart. I want to know, seriously, I want to know who sneezed at somebody without a mask on and literally saw it shoot, 5.5 foot, so 6 was okay. I want to know, I mean, and then explain this logic to me. I want you to walk through the restaurant with your mask on, but when you sit down, you can take it off to eat. Somebody make that make sense. Please make that make sense. So you're telling me Rovid lingers up here, it lingers up here, but down here it does not fall. So you're telling me if I'm in the sitting down position that if I cough, sneeze, or fart, it's not going to it's not going to hover up into the air and be taken away. That makes no sense to me. I don't. I truly don't understand that at all. And then here's another thing I don't get. They tried so hard to tell you, and and people fell for this, and I don't understand the logic. Somebody explain the scientific logic because I can't wrap my mind around it. I can't. I want somebody to explain this to me like you're trying to convince me. Like you are trying to convince me that I need to, you know, go get the Rovid shot 500 because I first off, I've never seen a vaccine come out so fast. Okay? They they literally got Rovid vaccine out within less than a year. And then they told you, take this vaccine and you will never get Rovid again. And there was, oops, you might get Rovid, but it will stop you from spreading it. And then it was, oops, well, take the vaccine anyway, and it will lessen your symptoms. So basically, what you're telling me is the Rovid vaccine does nada. It does absolutely a natto. Nachos. It's good on nachos. But I don't I don't get it. But anyway, I digress back to the topic of what I was talking about. I want somebody to explain to me how it is, they could sit there and because Lord Fauci said that we have to follow the science and we have to do this and we have to do that, but Lord Fauci forgot to tell y'all that, you know 5, 6, 7, 8 roosters later that you were still going to be liable, or not liable, well, liable too, but you were still going to be susceptible to getting the Rovid virus. So, explain that logic to me, somebody, please, please make that make sense. So, you guys are on what? Vaccination 7 or 8? I mean, I don't even know. I don't keep up because I don't get that crazy crap because it just doesn't make sense. It's absolutely just doesn't make sense. So, you know, I, if that science doesn't make sense, then explain to me. You know what? Explain this to me. You can go and get all the surgeries, all the butchering, all the tattooing, all the physical manipulation that you so choose. But when you go to the doctor, they're checking your physical birth parts. Know that. No, I mean, seriously, know that. Because I don't care how much of a transgender you become. I don't care how much of a female you turn yourself into a male looking you become. unless you've had a hysterectomy, you're still at risk for ovarian cancer. You're still at risk for womb cancer. You're still at risk for breast cancer. You will never not, unless you have it surgically done, you will never not have the missing rib. You will always have more ribs. Your pelvic bone will always look like this as opposed to a one piece with a man, because our pelvic is made to come apart. So, when Laura Felci told y'all, follow the science, and you all threw on your mask and, got indignant with those of us who didn't, because you're going to kill grandma. Well, I'm grandma. I have a grandson, and I'm still here. Um, I actually had Rovid, and I had it pretty bad. I had the really normal bad flu symptoms. And I didn't go to the hospital. I did end up going to urgent care where they gave me some cough medicine, and in the cough medicine was a fever reducer, and that was about it. They gave me a prescription strength cough medicine, and they gave me, the cough medicine had a fever reducer, and that was the entire gist of, in a nutshell, what I got. I got treated for flu symptoms. Basically, that was it. I mean, the doctor looked me in my eye and said, "You got it pretty bad, but you're gonna be okay." I had no fluid on my lungs. Now, and keep in mind, I'm 51 now. I was 40. I was 49 when this happened, because this is like 2 years ago. And so I was still up there in age. It wasn't like I was a young puppy and I'm talking about, something that happened 20 years ago. I'm talking about something that happened 2 years ago. Y'all know when Rovina hit. And so, you know, that's I don't understand that. You know, how is it that your narrative, it fits you when you want it to fit you, and you want us all to, abide in your line, and you want us to all agree to your BS, and you want us to all go, yes, you're a guy, but I mean, scientifically, you're not. And this is what I don't get. This is what I want somebody to explain in the messages to me. Is I want somebody to explain to me that, how is it y'all will follow the science for one thing, but not for the other? Everybody on y'all's end, on the far left, ran out there and got every vaccine they told y'all to get. Y'all slapped on the face mask, and y'all were wearing, the bib covers and the clear eye goggles. And I saw some wild stuff during Rhonda 21, we'll call it. I saw some whacked out stuff in the last 2 years. And it made me laugh. Some of it made me laugh so hard I cried. But I mean, y'all are funny, because if it fits your narrative, you run with it. If it doesn't, you lie about it. And if you can't lie about it, you ignore it. And I want somebody to explain to me like they're trying to convince me, because I never wore a face mask except for one time. So I guess I shouldn't say never. I only wore a face mask one time, and that was to the eye doctor because I did not want to not be seen because my son was with me. And I wanted my son more than myself to be seen. Other than that, the entire 2 years that all that BS was going on, I never wore a mask. And I went to Walmart, I went to the seafood market, I went to my local grocery store, I went to out to eat. I carried on my life like nothing had changed because in my world, nothing had changed. Now, in Biden's world, something might have changed. In Satan's world, something might have changed. You know, and that's what I don't get is you will hear people say, "Well, I don't believe in God because I can't see him." You didn't see what that vaccine was going to do for you, but you hurry up and took it. You never saw yourself as the opposite sex, but you hurry up and tried it. But you won't try God, huh? Anyway, all I'm saying is you guys won't try the science or you won't follow the science, but when you have an agenda, you'll make the agenda work. But and here's what gets me is far left people, and we all know this about you on the right, is you will lie, connive, manipulate, and BS until you think somebody's giving up, giving in, or going away. I ain't going away. I've been on this channel for a minute, and it might take y'all another minute to find me because I have a very few following and very few subscribers, and I'm okay with that because the people that are following me, they want real issues talked about. They want real issues discussed. you know and again, like my disclaimer in any other video that I do is I'm not bashing anybody. I simply want you to present your logic if you even can. If you even can. I know some of y'all are gonna get on here and hate bash and hate speech and hate, try to talk like I say in all my videos. You want to talk about how I've got no teeth, or you want to talk about how I was eating on some ice, or you want to talk about everything but the subject in a very vulgar and disgusting way because you can't justify the logic behind the questions I'm asking. You cannot justify why you think you're the opposite gender trapped in the wrong gender's body and follow the science all at the same time. Or some of y'all even think you're animals that are, I've got an animal spirit. Okay, then explain to me how that is, how, explain to me how you can prove that. And I guess I need people that are transgender to explain this to me because, or someone who's going through this. And then they want you, oh, if your child is transgender, you need to support that. No, I don't. No. I'm going to always, always, always love my children, but I'm not going to support them in sinful deeds. I'm not going to support them in going to hell. And it is my job as a parent not to teach my child to lie, steal, connive, manipulate. It is my job as a parent to teach my child to be an upstanding, moral, reliable, trustworthy human being. And so if my son came to me telling me that I've always felt like a girl. What does a girl feel like, son? Would be my first question. What does a female feel like? I want a male to explain to me what a female feels like because I can't tell you. I can't begin to tell you what a male feels like. And I really do. I know this is a very controversial subject. I'm sure somebody will try to get it flagged. I'm sure somebody else will try to get it taken down because you guys never want to be accountable. You guys never want to explain yourself. You want to have all these parades and you want to hoop and holler and you want to talk about how mean Trump was and you want to talk about how wrong we are, but you never want to tell us why you think you're right. And when you do, you never want to do it in a way where it's conversation worthy. You want to hoop and holler and be self entitled, and you want to act like just cause I woke up this morning, it's okay. That's great. I mean, hey, if you want to wake up in the morning and go get 5 boosters a day, I don't care. If you want to wake up in the morning and call yourself uh the opposite gender of what you are, I don't care. I don't care what you do when you keep what you do to yourself and in your world. But when you try to lap it over into mine and you want to force it on me, here's what I don't get. You don't want to hear my opinion and my faith and my truth and my belief on Jesus Christ and the Bible. And you don't want to listen to that. You don't want to accept that, but you expect me to wholeheartedly bow down, cow down, and kiss butt and, you know, believe or act like I believe that you are the opposite sex just because you say you are. You have no scientific proof. You have nothing backing you. At least with me and with my Bible, I've got scientific proof. I can show you. You can Google it where Noah's Ark is. You can Google the tomb of Jesus Christ. You can verify that there are chariots and human bones in the Red Sea. See, I can scientifically back what I'm going to tell you about the Lord Jesus Christ. But you can't scientifically back or prove what you're telling me about feeling like the opposite gender. And I really want to say this with a compassionate heart because, again, I'm not trying to bash anyone, but it has come to my attention that they are now trying to put tampons in the male's bathroom. Lord Jesus, I really hope that some little boy out there is not trying to put on a tampon. I'm a female and I don't wear them things. Um, I look, if y'all have to do that, put wear you some girl panties and some maxi pads. Baby, don't I can't stress this enough to some little young boy. Don't go putting things in your body that don't belong there. Now, if these are meant for some transgender girl who thinks she's a guy, then I can understand that a lot better. But then that still just goes right back to what I've said all along leading up to this point. Even your body doesn't believe. You, your mind is lying to you, and your body will not. Your body refuses. You were born a female, you're going to have a menstrual cycle, and your body's not going to go, oh, you woke up this morning thinking you're a guy? Ovaries and period be gone. Doesn't work like that. And I really hate to see you guys. I guess I can't even use that terminology in this video. I hate to see people, because again, I'm not here to bash anybody. I really need, I mean wholeheartedly, I want you guys, you I want you all to really think about, consider why it is you think you are something you're not. Where and when did that thought first pop into your head? And who nurtured that thought? And why did they nurture that thought? And when you told them, what were you actually expecting? Were you expecting them to go, no, you're a boy, but, tell me why you might think you're a girl? Or tell me what a girl, because seriously, if my son, who is 21 now, or my other son, who is 19 now, if either one of them came to me and say, I've been living a lie, I feel like I'm a girl, my first question would be, what does a girl feel like? Well, they feel more feminine. You know what? Guys can have a soft side. That doesn't make them gay, and it doesn't make them, female. The same way a woman can have a stronger side. That's how we get through life, but that doesn't alter our DNA. That doesn't alter who we truly are. But I'm gonna end this one here and let y'all think about that. Cause seriously, I'm not trying to bash anybody. I really just want to know where y'all are coming from with that thought, and where and when did you first notice it in your life, and what was going on in your life? Because I don't, seriously, I don't have a need to bash you. I really just want to understand. And I know I start out animated because I'm so passionate about, the things I say and do. But truthfully, I'm just curious. You know, I don't understand how it is that y'all can follow the science so wholeheartedly on one thing and then completely ignore it on the other. So, I'm gonna leave the comments open. Don't get hateful, but get conversation, and let me know. Let me know how you believe it's possible. And why is it okay to follow science for one thing and not for the other one? All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up.